Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Tarot of One with R. Joseph. Today is going to be a general reading. Beautiful thing about what's going on this week, it's going to be the week of a pink full moon. That is going to be happening on the 23rd. And what that is going to be, it's a little bit different than the regular. Well, not that there's 8 different moons to think of, but this pink full moon has a lot more to do with love, compassion, emotional healing. For you, Taurus, it's going to be a lot of kind of reviewing like your partnerships and kind of evaluate those relationships and make any necessary adjustments to those. Could be very life-changing. Let's see where our general tarot reading lays out. And this is going to be for people that have Taurus in their sun, moon, or rising sign. For those of you with Taurus in your sun, happy birthday month. This is all coming up for you Tauruses. I know it just entered your time. So Taurus is actually my moon and rising. So I have a little bit of affinity to you folks. And now what we're going to do, like I said, this is going to be a general reading. So if you're finding that it's not aligning with you, it's not resonating with you, you might want to check out your rising or moon signs and kind of compare the 3 readings and kind of get an overall of the energies surrounding you to help you guide through your decisions for this week. Now with this general reading, I'm going to do a Celtic cross, and we are going to start with where you are. It's going to be a 7 of Wands. Now with that 7 of Wands, again, kind of reinforcing what we were talking about with this full moon. It's about reflection, assessment, knowledge. So this is going to be a real time to assess, like we were talking about, those relationships, your different partnerships, things that are going on in your life, and making those difficult decisions to keep the things that are working and get rid of the things that aren't. Let's see what crosses you with that. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, that's going to be some fire energy mixed with that air energy, but it's a very swift moving energy. Let's get a little bit more confirmation here to see what that is going to move you towards. Maybe it's moving you towards these decisions in a much more rapid sense. The 2 of Wands beneath. Again, partnerships, a lot of confirmation for what this whole full moon means for you, Taurus, is a lot of this partnerships, assessment of these partnerships, and doing it with haste and with action. What has brought you to this point? Let's look immediately behind us. The Ace of Swords. That's the beginning. That's the potential of thought. So it looks like this has been already in the works. It looks like this is something that you've already been thinking about, Taurus. There must be some partnerships, some relationships that aren't behooving you to continue any longer, or maybe need to reinforce. Let's delve a little bit deeper into it. As a possible outcome, we have the Hermit above you. Now, what that could mean is one of the possible outcomes of this situation that you find yourself in, after reassessing and changing these relationships and partnerships that you are dealing with, you could put yourself into a very introspective spot, and you could put yourself out of those relationships and in a place of starting anew with these fresh thoughts, these new thoughts of beginning, and creating whatever is going to come from this. Let's see what's immediately in front of you. Five of Cups. That's a very interesting one to have in front of you now, Taurus. Now with that Five of Cups energy, as you can see, it's a little bit difficult to see on these Crow Tarot cards, but it's still the same symbolism that you see in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's going to be looking despairingly at three empty cups. Meanwhile, you are just oblivious that you have two full cups behind you. So whatever this is that you're going through with this changing relationships, whether this is a work or a personal relationship, I'm really not getting a vibe either way on that. For, as I said, this is a general reading, Taurus. For some of you, it can be a professional relationship or partnership. For some of you, it could be personal relationships. With these, whatever change you are going, whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to change, whatever you're going to get rid of, that isn't all of it. You still have a lot. You still have fullness behind you. All you have to do is turn around and accept it. So don't despair. Don't worry about the loss that you're going to endure with having to change these relationships. Think about those relationships that remain and how much stronger you will be able to make those. Now, before we go down the path, being a full moon, I've been, for my readings lately, I've been pulling out, just get a little bit of rose quartz in us to get that love and compassion kind of going. Now, I'm using my Deviant Moon deck. I'm going to just pull out one card. I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to pull it back out. We're going to take a look at it at the end and see if that kind of brings everything together for us. Now, with this moon energy, you know, moon's very, very mysterious. It's full of illusion. So where your subconscious resides. So there's a lot going on there that we don't really have a full grasp of, and we can only really see that when we get to enter into our subconscious through dreams and whatnot. Let's give me a nice cut on this. And I'm going to just put that down over here. Thank you. Now let's see where this puts us. Now, where you are at this point is the Queen of Cups. Now with that Queen of Cups, that is motherly love. It is whatever this transitional period out of changing your mind after this assessment that we dealt with over here with your Seven of Wands. Now what you're just going to come into is that kind of contemplation of this change, this instability. And now where it brings you to is a place of strength. That very feminine strength of the Queen of Cups, of love, of bounty, of fulfillment. So whatever this is, it seems like there's some of these relationships that you're really reinforcing, and they're really going to help you improve your life by the looks of this. In your environment, we have Justice, which makes a lot of sense. With this assessment that you're going through, with these different interpersonal relationships, whether it be business or personal, you are being the judge, for lack of a better word. You are making these decisions, and this is what is kind of surrounding you in your environment at this time. Now, with your hopes and fears, the World. With that, the greatest hope is that everything does go the way you want it to. And the greatest fear is that this can't come to fruition. But with where you are now with this Queen of Cups energy, I think this is a very attainable goal. Let's see where this outcome puts you. The King of Wands. That king, that air energy mixed with that fire energy. So you're able to take this love and turn it into, with these new relationships, into the spark of something new. So you have that thought, you have passion. So with this reassessment and adjustment of your relationships, you, if done the way that your subconscious knows that you are going to need to adjust these relationships, you will find yourself the king of a new kingdom, of this new thought, this new passion, this new revitalization of life, of everything that has been going on. Now there's a worry that you could put yourself into that hermit energy and go introspective, but I don't really see you doing that, Taurus. I see you really coming through this. You know, you're pretty earthly. Like, you're going to have some despair over these material losses, but as you move it away from that, and after you accept that you've changed these relationships and wanted to move forward with you have a very strong path forward in order to make the best of this situation and take this pink full moon and use it to the fullest. Let's see where that moon oracle, the moon card, did for us now. See, so now we're at a 7 of Cups. Again, more reflection, more assessment. This is a situation that you've really put yourself into. You've been thinking about it strongly. I could see you with this Ace of Swords. It started at the beginning as a small piece of thought, and it's grown and it's grown. And what you've done is, it looks like even leading up to this pink full moon, you have already been assessing your relationships, to, making a list, checking, is this beneficial? Is this detrimental? Like, what does each of these relationships, do they lend to more fulfillment, or do they take away from what I am trying to create in my world? So Taurus, what I see is you already have been on this movement towards just a fully reevaluation of your relationships. Now, don't get stuck into that, and don't put yourself in an introspective spot and really just be locked in it. Everything is in motion. You have to keep all this energy moving, but let's move it in a positive direction. Let's get out of just that raw beginning of thought and really start to manifest it and turn it into that really emotion, lighting it with the fire to create, to forge your new path. Doesn't seem like it's far off of what you are doing now, but it seems like there's some in your circle now that aren't wanting to grow at the pace that you're wanting to grow. And it seems like that's holding you back at this point. So what you're really going to need to do is not fall into these pitfalls and just get locked in thought and think about it. And maybe this person, maybe they're not going to change. They're the same person that they've always been. This is a partnership that it looks like you've had for a while, and you've known for a while that this is something that you need to change. But the convenience of it, just the monotony of the repetitiveness of just being in that. So again, that kind of, it puts me more in a professional vibe of what's happening here instead of a emotional or lustful kind of thing. So it definitely seems like it's something to do with your business, Taurus. But it seems like something that you've already known this. This is something that you've been working towards. You've already, like I said, you already made the list. I tell you what, with this full moon, let's go to our In Dreams Oracle, which helps us kind of delve a little bit deeper into our subconscious and to see what these thoughts we're having and see if we are moving in the right direction for this. And we have 23. Lovely young lady. Looks like she's playing an instrument. Let's see where this is going to put us. Take a good look at that. See what your intuition tells you, Taurus, on what this could mean for you in your situation. Looking for the 23. Conceive, create, implement. It's water. It's got all about feelings and emotions. Don't be afraid to be funny. Give way to your emotions. It's time to be yourself. I see where that's coming from. So Taurus, what I'm seeing here is that with this work relationship, this professional relationship that you've been in, it seems like you haven't been able to be yourself in this situation, which is what has led you to assess these relationships and see that it's not working for you. You seem to be stifled creatively. And with that, bringing in your immediate future, turning around, not looking at what you're losing by changing things, accepting that you still have fullness behind you and taking that fullness of emotion and putting passion back into what you do and to give you a revitalized inspiration for your career, for whatever work endeavor this is for you, Taurus. Now, this can take many forms, and take it as it will fit for you, because as I said, this is a general reading, but these energies tend to move in very similar patterns for us. There's a reason that the zodiac resonates with you. The position of those planets during your birth really lay things out. And with this reading, we're seeing that for you, you've been really put into this, you've been bottled up. You've been held back by this relationship that you were in at this point. But you have already determined this. You've already made these steps and you're already on the path to move this forward. So, like what I'm seeing here, it's almost as if this hermit is trying to call you and trying to trick you back into this, because if you put yourself back into this introspective mode, you are just going to stay in this current situation. You are going to let this business partner, whether it's a boss, whether it's a partner, whether it's someone that works for you, whatever it is not being beneficial to you growing emotionally, professionally, spiritually. And you know this. So don't get trapped back in that. Take this opportunity, take this pink moon energy, take this love, this compassion, this emotional healing. Heal yourself. Don't worry about relationships ending, because as every relationship ends, a new one begins. And it is time for you to begin anew and take that Queen of Cups energy where you're at right now and move that to the fire and inspiration of that King of Wands. Now, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me today. This reading has been excellent. Actually, I have taken a lot out of it myself, with, as I said, with Taurus being my rising and my moon sign. It lent a lot of clarity to me, and I hope it lent some clarity to you. Now, thanks again for joining us at Tarot One. I'm R. Joseph. Please subscribe, like, ring that bell for notification. We do really appreciate you coming here and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much.